Wait, it's not work.
Good afternoon, guys. Good morning, wherever you are. Good night, if you're watching this at night. This is another episode of 2.5 Stooges.
And once again, let me claim I have Stooges. Them battle it up between who are them and the other two Stooges, but I am half.
You people decide.
Yeah, let the truth.
You decide.
I've never been a fool anything in my life.
Whoa.
That can be a bad thing.
So you've never been a full yammed, girl clone, none of those. It's always been halfway.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Can't catch me fully.
Yeah.
So the topic we're going to be looking at today is rejection rage. Why do men and some women react adversely to being rejected in relationships? So this was a topic that was suggested by Jada. Yes.
Shout out to Jada.
Shout out to you. This is our New Year's gift to you. So we appreciate the interaction, the support and everything. So we're going to look at that topic today.
Yeah, mama.
So I am going to swing over to Jav and he'll take it from here in terms of
leading discussion, right?
Yeah.
Good night.
Yes. I don't know, I feel guilty because probably I'm the one that gets rejected the most.
Wow.
You know, being a single guy and all. But anyways,
I'm single.
you're not remember, you know.
No.
Everything. Alright.
What?
So rejection rate. You know, what I would say is that, and funny enough, I actually did something on this before. You know, why men can't handle rejection. And I believe really and truly sometimes, you know, as a guy, toll is on us as men to actually make the first step quite often. And so because the toll is on us to make the first step quite often, we have to try and do that as boldly as possible. Try to man up to the position, so to speak. And in doing so, a lot of us get criticized, rejected, and being rejected or being criticized, we now have to learn how to deal with that part of it. Something that Peter would have said in the past, taking away his words now before he speaks, is that, you know, because of the fact that young men aren't necessarily socialized to deal with emotions, as how females are given those tools, you know, to deal with emotions as best as
feel
possible.
how you feel.
We feel a particular way, and it might not be the way you females want us to feel about the particular thing, rejection in quotes, right? And so we react bad sometimes really see why you're upset really and truly as women, you know. Because when a man I go tell you say okay because you never get you, that doesn't make no sense.
Not for you.
You know, that type of thing. But
I'm not gonna pick up that over there.
But sometimes as young men I can say, honestly, even of myself I can say that, you know, the way some rejection is done at times is harsh. You know, and I think that's something that, you know, women can work on as well. Because remember, you know, we were given the task of actually pursuing, and so because we are pursuing, we basically have to do the pursuing. Eh? So ease up on us a little bit, even if you know how we. Just tell me nicely, say you know how we. And not everybody are gonna handle it as best as possible. How it is that we can handle it, though, I guess we can speak on that a little bit further into this video here. But I'll pass on to Renard.
I think it's Sister Adele who said, if you're going to let me down gently.
Here we go.
Don't pretend that you don't want me.
Here we go.
Something else water under the bridge. And to piggyback on the emotional statement, I think one emotion that us as men are allowed to use is anger. And so everything we do is transformed into anger. If we're sad, anger. If we're happy, it's aggressive. If you make us angry, we're angry. Right? If you reject us,
we're angry.
We're angry. So I think that's it's a culturalization of men and how, you know, we're taught to be tough and you know, you can't be soft. Sure, emotionally seem as soft, but when you're angry, you want to fight at them something there. That's perfectly fine as a man. So when we set out to pursue someone, and let me tell you, it's not the easiest thing in the world. because why you have to good. Because first you have to tell yourself, you have to build your confidence and say, yeah man, this girl wants me. So you convince yourself that this girl wants you,
yes.
and then you go some boops and try to convince her to want you the way you think she wants you, but then she don't want you like how you think she wants you, and then you
have to handle that.
It's a big gap.
Yeah, so it's a breakdown where the communication is concerned. Because how dare you not want me?
There we go.
After I tell myself say you want me long time.
Yeah, the delusion is so strong that when the reality hits, it simply doesn't make sense. That's definitely a good point.
Yeah. So this and other things such as culturalization, like women, we know you have a type, you have a preference, but if we're not it, just simply say you're not my type. Not say what about pocket boy.
Exactly. Things like that. Don't play on the emotions of the individual.
Yeah, you gotta say,
it
hey, giant picky boy. I don't know you lad. Move from front of me.
Or the more dangerous one is where you are not her type, but she gives you false hope. That's the more dangerous one.
The friends one.
Yeah. Or she say, for example, I love a worship leader. You are really not her type, but you love a worship leader. She love a Chandler more. You see me? We're not gonna talk about Jonathan McReynolds. You don't know, it's a different thing that, right?
Yeah.
But a fear type of man that you run go pick up guitar, can't play more than 4 chords, you're out of key. You see me? You try your best to become this worship leader because that's what she says she wants. And the other thing about the society and culturalization is that we have been taught as men to be able to adjust and to act certain characters.
Right.
So if we believe that what you desire is a nerd, a bad man, we can play that character as best as possible. And then sometimes when the real us comes to fore, it is totally different from what you wanted.
And then women use those things against us as well, because they sort of say things like, how men pretend, blah blah blah. So we can't know if they like us or not. And I'm like, what? If you say this is why I don't tell them what type of man I want, because I want to see it through them. But if you want to see the true man and you don't like them from day one, why?
Exactly.
Don't try it no further. Just
Rena, I just said something a while ago that I've held against some women for a good while now. The contradictory statements that women make.
Go off.
Saying that they want a particular guy, as Peter would have just alluded to. And then when it is that it is revealed that I wouldn't even say you pretend not to be that person. Let's say it's
you
revealed
genuinely are that.
Let's say it's revealed that you're actually that person, and they realize that you're that type of person, because really and truly they weren't necessarily interested in you to begin with.
They have to move the goalpost.
They still have to move it and say exactly. They move the goalpost and say here is where you're gonna. Here's the goal for you.
You can't be a worship leader anymore. You got to be with Maverick City.
There we go.
You got to be with Bethel Music.
And then
none of them now take you.
And then what you do is you create a different scenario for the guy to try and pursue you even more.
Sense of false hope.
And giving him false hope on top of it. And then when it is that you eventually say to him, say no, here what? I really don't want you. Or you just pop up one day and a nice relationship and this is bad.
Yo, them run up trap them big in brother. Them a work on themselves till them get a youth in a bro God. I want them to work on.
And I know it's something that happens in general because shout out to another video creator, such as Dan. I remember Dan making a point like that one time.
My vibes?
Yeah? Yeah man, he made a point once saying that there are some girls that will tell you that, yeah man, you have a chance man, and then out of the blue they say pop up with a guy. Them say them a work on themselves, or it's not time for a relationship, and then just pop up with a guy out of
so this girl, right, I was
true story
I was pursuing.
Please buy X, for example. It's on Amazon.
Yes.
You can.
That story and more.
But this story
link is down below.
Yeah, this story isn't in X, for example. There was this girl, right, who I was pursuing, and she acted like she wasn't interested. And then when I stopped pursuing, she started pursuing me. And I'm like, what is
Half
happening? Techniques. What is happening? Then, whoops, she just go vanish from me. Vanish and then reappear a couple months after the relationship. And I tell me how, the guy is so much like you. I'm like, what does that have to do with me? It's not me. Like, you how much like me he is.
Look for a clone. Look for a clone.
I want to shout out to you.
But that too,
Whoever you are, that means you're not nobody. That's what I'm saying. You're not an identity for you right
now. I'm
now.
not going to call your name.
I've experienced similar things to that before. Even with the whole rejection thing where you approach a particular young lady, make them know you're interested in him. And initially them tell you, say, no, I see no hope there, so. You back off, because them tell you back off. A couple days after, as little as a couple days after, the person changed them mind and be like, you're a nice guy for real though. And they want to be with you at that point, in time. But by them time they mind kinda come off of you still, because it's not just the rejection, but it's how you put across the rejection. You see, if I make an approach to somebody, I'm not saying that this young lady should just look at me and know that I'm a nice guy. No. Because guys do pretend, right? But it's how you actually reject me. So if it is that you say something to make me feel bad about my very own self, then no. You best believe so. There's no hope for me in the future. Unless God says so.
I mean, women are concerned. Women and rejection are concerned. I think women shoot 99.9% of the shot that they make. So the 0.01 shot that is rejected, it kind of baffles them. How dare you not want me again? Because me a woman, I'm look good, I'm a sexy, I'm an independent girl, I'm a lot of things. And I look at you, and you can tell me, where you have for half a ducky drunk boy. So it's
difficult, because what happens is that there is a societal construct that once there is an available mate, the whole issue of compatibility, actually liking the person isn't as important. It's like once me and you interact on a certain level with a certain amount of frequency, I mean frequency like radio frequency, I mean the amount of time, right? It is automatic that we're supposed to make the next step. And I think a lot of women end up with guys they don't like because they follow that secret rule. Because I've seen instances where they're just being cordial, they're being friendly, and then after a certain period of time, them say, but you never did want me.
Yes.
No, I didn't say that. I never indicate that. I'm a preacher about servant. But yeah.
That's so true. Like, I've listen to me. You see me, when I approach persons face to face, that's just not me. I know me that.
Online.
So online, I'll make the approach, right? But quite often, I think that females tend to think that the moment I inbox you, then automatically want a relationship. No, that's not it. So contrary to popular belief, no, that's not it for me. I will inbox you just to get a conversation going with you, to find out who it is that you are. You look pretty, yes, you're attractive, yes, by your pictures, but me still want to know more about you. So don't think that because I approach you, and if me say in person I approach you, that means I want a relationship automatically. So contrary to popular belief, that some females think that, once a guy inbox, or once, I'm gonna say a guy. If you see me inbox you, check your inbox if me inbox you. If me inbox you, that means say it's a relationship more.
Wow. Don't unsubscribe.
You're not a shade, right? I'm just being honest.
Right.
So you have to, and I've said it over and over to my female friends as well.
Is it a shade, or are we in the shade?
No, man. Don't assume that somebody is holistically interested in you, right? Don't just assume that, right? Because the person might just inbox you or try to talk to you, spark conversation to get to know you, but because you have the perception in your head already, concrete, they don't already say the person just want you, and the person want this, and the person want that. Then you start project every single thing what happen in your past, pan the person, start tell the person, say them are this person and that person, all of these things.
Rough, brother.
No, it's rough to be a guy there. So I mean, like approach females and you see all the things you have to deal with.
And this is the thing as well.
Pressure out there.
As nice people, I wouldn't even say I'm nice because we're drunk every now and then.
Caca.
But when you treat females at a certain level, they think because you treat them this way, you like them.
Because you give boyfriend treatment to regular girl, bro. That's a different.
But the thing is, because probably they're not used to getting like good treatment.
Because they have been taught that's boyfriend treatment.
That's it.
If simple things like opening the door, being available, all of these wonderful things.
They're supposed to be natural.
Hey, bro, everybody definition of friendship different, and that's where it gets tricky. So, guys, this has been another episode of 2.5 Stooges.
And I want y'all to remember that I am.
This is the outro, bro. That's the outro. We have already argued this in the intro, bro.
Half Stooges. Thank you. Outside.
The delusion. You know, say put up two because I'm a two. And the half share between me and Javan.
Outside.
Wow. So, like, share, comment, here,
Subscribe
subscribe to the channel, subscription, yes, subscribe to my
you
YouTube channel, here's the way. Click the
YouTube.
notification bell so that you'll be notified when we put out content, and yeah, comment, because we need to know if we make sense with this, is it?
No comment here, bro.
I don't want to hear your side of the story right here in the comment section, so just
Come for Javan ready.
No,
like
we're not gonna argue. We're just gonna, talk about it in a civilized way.
A civilized way. So until next time, have a blessed day.
Wait, this not work.